Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're in Queens. Just came walking over the Pulaski Bridge. Can I say a few things to not piss people off? I want to reflect on what people have explained or told me today. It's just something that I want to point out that... So today I was told to go to the hospital for just some bleeding. But I go to the hospital, or well, doctor's visits every Monday. So I just want to point out that kind of defeat the purpose. Yeah, why waste a medical bill and debt, right? When we know that I've been saying this since this whole thing started. Whenever this happens, I just have to document it like the doctor asked me to. Not jump onto a hospital. So I don't understand, why do folks have to always rely on the hospital for simple things they can just do and take care of? I just want to know why always the hospital is just the only option for something simple that you can do. Now, I documented it because my doctor asked me to document it every time it happens. So I just want him to know that there's a video of it, and also other people to be aware of symptoms of having a stomach cancer, especially for you men. Go get checked out for prostate cancer too. Seriously. If your doctor asks you to do something, that doesn't mean if you have a slight problem, like the bleeding, might not be such a slight problem. Because everyone's been saying it. That's because I'm not getting sleep and I'm not getting rest. And it might be true. It just might be fucking true. It's all connected. You're not sleeping, you're not even eating properly. But take it with a grain of salt. I don't always have to jump on the hospital wagon all the time. Because if you watch this channel long enough, you already know that I don't like doctors. Because all they did was give me a hard time and lie. And mind you, this is America. The medical system is a scam. You don't think your doctor's trying to scam? Mind you, he's sponsored by the pharmaceutical brand. You don't know which one, but he's sponsored. He probably works at Covance. You know, it's a research study. And mind you, if you guys look back on my channel, we did some work in that field. So we know. This is why I don't always rely on doctors, because they don't tell you the truth. And I'm sorry, docs. Some docs will tell you the exact same thing I'm telling you. Some doctors will lie just to see their benefit. They don't care about their patients. This is why it's hard to pick out a doctor. And then you got to make sure that you put the right hospital, and then the hospital has the right doctor. Because lately we've been seeing a lot of fake doctors. If you've been watching any current events lately. But second is a comment that was just left from a neutral friend. Said that I should be an activist. What the fuck is this? Yo, people drive like idiots. Let's get this taxi number. T78783FC. Okay. Mr. Can probably like pull over there or something. It's weird, man. But like I was saying, folks, there was a comment lapse that stated that I need to be the voice of street homelessness. Have you been watching, friend? Think about how this all started. Invisible people. You folks came from invisible people. You wasn't never subscribed to my channel. You knew nothing about me until invisible people. You knew nothing. You didn't want to sub to my channel. Guys, at the time, wait, think about this. Right, Lord Brian? Right, Yuki? Right, Michael? At the time this started, I had less than 2,000 subscribers. And now I have 7,000. It claims I have 7,000. But I don't believe in that. It says I have 7,000. Yeah, where's that 7,000 supports? And where's that 7,000 dislikes and likes? But here's the thing. As I was saying, that's what YouTube says. But like I said, never believe the numbers. Believe in the audience and all the hatred you get because of YouTube. And that's another thing I want to bring up. I want to bring up the fact that it's funny that YouTube allows doxing. I hope you all know that after that young lady, college student, after these young people, actually it's not the only case. President Trump wants to make it an official. Any doxing of any kind, after what happened with the DoorDash woman walking into this, you guys seen that video? You seen the news? You see the headlines, right? This DoorDash woman decides to walk into a man's house while he's naked on his own couch and start recording video, and then record his address and uploaded it to the internet. Not only mind you, she's been arrested for that. This is why the president in other states, in other, mind you, politicians wants to make it legal, especially New York. They want to make it legal for no doxing, which means if you dox someone, or you dox someone's address, you dox someone's work condition, you dox someone's phone number, you're going to, you're going to have a knock on your door. Yes, that is going to be changing very soon, everybody. After what happened to that DoorDash guy and that student that was murdered. That student, mind you, not just that student, so YouTube is going to have to change its policies and guidelines once again, everybody. That means independent journalism is going to die. That means people cannot share certain information. It's not going to truly die. But you got a censorship now information. Where they located, what state they from. You have to say it like this. Well, Panda in New York, not in, let's say, everyone knows I hang out in Brooklyn. Stay in Brooklyn, right? In Brooklyn, at this hostel or at this other hostel, or at this place, you can't say that. Because now you're just doxing me, and now you're just literally telling people where I am. Oh yeah, Trump is going to change all of that. He's getting pissed off on the young violence and the young crimes on doxing. But he got pissed off because of the DoorDash incident. This man was mind you, he's not going to jail for anything. She tried to accuse this man and say he SA her while he's sleeping on his own couch. Mind you, he was drunk coming from a party and he doesn't remember ordering DoorDash. But he left his door open. Well, not all the way open. He left her, mind you know how you open the door and leave a crack? No, letting the DoorDash person that you're home So you just knock on the door, leave it at the door, done. Take your photo, make sure that the company knows that you dropped my food off, so there's no he said, she said, you never got your food. No, she walks into this guy's apartment, his house, and starts recording him on his own couch, nude. And then docks his address. And mind you, he's suing DoorDash and suing her, but guess what? She's going to prison. She's going to be receiving 8 years in prison. She's getting, yes, for that, she's getting 8 years. That goes for the rest of you guys now that wants to troll and dox people on YouTube. YouTube's going to have to change those policies now. Because Trump is going to make it official now. He's going to sign a bill. Oh, I cannot wait for that to happen. That means also for you people that have already been doxed, you can pursue anyone with any legal, mind you, legal representation and legal repercussions on that person that actually caused you any damages. Yes, that gives victims also more power to sue. That means more networking within the police, more communications when these things happen. And I cannot wait for that to happen. Because that's going to save me a lot of headache for what I am currently doing. It's going to save me a lot more headache. But we're just walking. We're going to make a U-turn. I just want to see what's going on in Queens. As you can see, it's dead. Everything is dead. But I just want people to know you shouldn't be doxing or might you uploading people's personal information in the first place. It's still a law, yes. That's still a law. Harassment, defamation. But now it's going to be, oh man, it's getting serious now. I should not be a victim. Mind you, she tried to get this man arrested. He SA me. How can he SA you when he's asleep on his couch? He didn't even know you even was there until she uploaded the video on her TikTok account. And then this is how devilish she is. If you watch the video, what she says, oops, did I even have a photo of this dumb broad? No. Damn it. But she said on TikTok, they stopped my money for making money on that video. So her intent was to make a viral video go viral. Yeah, you went viral the wrong way, not the right way. And mind you, listen to what she said. She said, they stopped my TikTok. They blocked me for getting money off that video. And I was like, wait, did you just say that? I rewinded back 10 times just to be sure she said those words. And that's what she said. And that's why she is criminally charged. Because she had intent to cause harm. She had intent to cause damages. Not only that, she lied to the police. She lied to the police, everybody. That's not a good thing to do. That's the most stupidest thing. But she also, because she's committed in perjury. Oh my panda. Mind you, an innocent man was about to go to prison. Because, mind you, here's the thing. A lot of women are literally, not a lot of women. There's a small group of women that agree with her. That like the man should go to jail for sleeping on his own couch nude, but he didn't know about any of it until she uploaded the video. That means he would have went to jail for something that he had no idea that it happened. He could have been blaming himself. Mind you, he said the night before, mind you, that night, he was drinking at a bar. He came home, he might have ordered DoorDash. He has no recollection of it. That means you're going to put this man through a lot of mental health, thinking while he's in prison that he actually did it. And he was drunk. And mind you, this is going to make a man change and stop drinking. And guess what? 10 years later, you find out, mind you, imagine that happened. And then 10 years later, you find out that you never even committed a crime. She lied about it. So you quit drinking, you went to prison for nothing. You quit. Imagine that. I think people should quit drinking, but imagine that he blamed himself for alcohol and say he has an alcohol problem, but turns out he never did. He was just having a good time. You see what I mean about the brain, how fragile it is? Mental health, how fragile it is? But no, this woman tried to destroy an innocent man. For what reason? What was the reason? So she can get money. Listen to what she said. She said, oh, my TikTok account, they stopped all the money I was going to make off that video. Really, that's all you care about. You don't care about the consequences of what you did to this man. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying all DoorDashes or Grubhubs are shady. But be careful. Be careful when you order your food. And make sure no one tampers with your food, too. Yeah, be careful with that. Safe travels on a holiday. That's just... Never travel on the holiday day. Remember that, folks. Trust me, I've been traveling for over 30 years. And I did that a few times. And guess what? Worst outcome ever. Worst outcome. But ladies and gentlemen, this is my Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are having a good one. Let me know in the comments what you had to eat. Or did you not eat yet? Because it's kind of early, isn't it? Most people eat around like what? I eat around like, well, my eating arrangements are fucked up. But I know most people probably eat around what? 7, 8 o'clock, you know, too much of the cocktails and the spike apple cider. Grandpa got crunk off that apple cider spike, right? Now you got to deal with him snoring now. But anyway, folks, I hope you guys are having a lovely Thanksgiving. But listen, folks, if you've been watching me for quite some time, I'm going to go back to that comment a mutual friend said. I should be the voice. I've been a voice. I've been my voice for my reasons. If people, listen, let me explain something about homelessness. If people don't want to pick themselves up on their own, mind you, I like to be independent. I do not like to rely on government or any assistance. That's just the way I've been taught and raised. I've been independent on my own. I don't need to kneel down just for some stupid ass SNAP benefits, which it's not going to get me much through the month. Why bend down on your knees for something that's not going to last a month? I'd rather bend down for a job that pays, which it can literally give me twice as much. But I was telling some folks about how I don't rely on government assistance. I'm independent. I don't like to rely on that kind of stuff. Alright, I had to close some apps. Guess what? I have stomach cancer. I'm homeless and I have 2 part-time jobs. Does that make sense to you? The reason why we are houseless, everyone, because right now I need to save every single dime for my recovery process. So when I get surgery, who do you think is going to pay for my rent? Who do you think is going to buy my groceries? Pay for my transportation to my doctor's visits. Mind you, this is a 2 to 3 to 8 week recovery. I'm going to be out of the work for at least a month. Who's going to actually pay for all that? Not you, not me, because I can't work. And when I say not you, not me, it's because if I'm working for you, you can't pay me, so therefore I can't get what I need. So when I reach out to an audience for that type of like need, people want to make it sound like it's a bad thing for me. Mind you, everyone, there's people right now, like this person, that goes around New York City and, mind you, robs restaurants for their food. It doesn't want to pay a bill. Mind you, she owes over $40,000 worth of her rent. And mind you, she just got kicked out of the Williamsburg luxury. She lived in a luxury apartment. But like I said, if that was one of us, Puerto Ricans, blacks, Dominicans, Haitians, Jamaicans, oh, we got our black asses, our Spanish asses kicked out right away. Not only that, the property manager would have sued us. But here's the thing, these people are being so gullible because she's pretty. Everyone's saying, oh, that's sad she's in Rikers Island. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not sad she's in Rikers Island. Good for her. She was robbing restaurants. She was basically a food influencer that literally, and let me tell you, literally stole from restaurants, didn't want to pay the bill, and walks out. She's, mind you, dine and dash. That's what she is. And then, mind you, if you ask for free food for an exchange for a review, as an independent journalist, everybody, you already gave up all credibility that you're not a real food reviewer. Because food reviewers pay for their bill, reviewed the restaurant, and then when the restaurant sees it in a newspaper or in a video, they're like, oh wow, that person came here. I knew they were doing something. And then the next time they see you, they're like, hey, you the guy that did the video for us, that did the video about us. Hey, and next thing you know, your next bill is 50% discount or maybe free without you even asking for it. That's how it works. So, ladies and gentlemen, never ask for free food. But you guys are sitting here, that's fucking bullshit. If she knows what mind you, she's competent. Think about it. She's taking photos of the food. She's uploading it to social media. She's using a $2,000 cell phone. She's using a goddamn $4,000 laptop. And she's using, mind you, Apple, by the way. So, mind you, she is mind you, she's possessive of fucking product wear. She, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of a competent criminal. And people are literally telling me or saying on social media in the news, like, you think $4,500 bail is fair? No, it's not fair. It's not. Because, like I say, let's go back to cut skin and race. If that was one of us Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, mind you, blacks, we would have, our fucking bail would be like $50,000. Think about it. People want, I guarantee the judge is going to slap her on the wrist because she's pretty. Now, who never knows? Someone's going to bribe her for sex. Come on. You don't think so? You don't think so? I know so. I guarantee you, right now, someone is doing that as we speak. And she's going to give up that booty just to get a lesser sentence or probation. You think it's fair? Oh, dude, this is why this city is so corrupt. I'm a native, I can say that. When Giuliani was mayor, He targeted every last black young man and woman, child and parent. That was the worst. If you were here during the Giuliani administration, you know that was... Dude, we got our rollerblades taken. Think about it. Ask any rollerblade in New York back in the day. Cops used to pick on us and take our fucking rollerblades. We're not selling drugs. We rollerblading. We're not gang banging. We rollerblading. And they used to take our skates. Talking about it's a crime to trespass on dude, we on a public sidewalk. And they think we are not smart children. Seems like all the Asian businesses are open for Thanksgiving. Because they don't really do Thanksgiving. I especially don't do Thanksgiving. Last time I did Thanksgiving was because of Eid. That was 2019. That was the last time I had a Thanksgiving. That's only because of Eid. I said, Eid, you know what Thanksgiving is all about, right? She goes, yeah, it's food and fun. I was like, no. Think about the history. Think about how many people have suffered and died because of this holiday. I'm not trying to bring down the mood, everybody. Just think about the genocide that happened. Just say, man. What are you really thankful for? And that's when he was like, I was like, see, we don't need to do Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's every day. I'm not trying to teach her, I wasn't trying to teach her bad manners. I was just trying to tell her, like, this is why I don't really do Thanksgiving. Because she wanted it all this time, like, why don't you do Thanksgiving? I was like, psh, it's every day, like your birthday, it's every day. It's every day. I can literally cook every day in a feast. And you guys would think I'm throwing a fucking party. That's why. It's just another party, in my opinion. And gathering and greedy asses and people want to just eat. I used to be like that, want to eat, but I never went to Thanksgiving. I go to restaurants. I used to be a food eater. Now I can't even fucking down a bowl of oatmeal in the morning. That's how fucked up I am. Excuse my language. That's how messed up I am right now. I can't even down oatmeal without even trying to feel like I'm going to throw it up. So take it with a grain of salt. That's what stomach cancer people. Well, as you can see, I raised the $1,600. That's because of my own income. So take it with a grain of salt. Hey, writer. But like I said, we just want to come to Queens to see what's going on because Brooklyn is fucking dead. Ain't nobody outside. But we come to Long Island City, look at this. All the Asian businesses are open. Most of them markets are open. But people, you gotta pay attention to observation on the channel, man. Come on. Everything people have been saying negative about me is so false, and it's right, the answer is right there in your face. All you have to do is just look back in time on this channel. Debunk everything. Or just subscribe to my LinkedIn or my Facebook, and you'll find out. Because Facebook is now doing like memory recall. I'm like, that's creepy. But I'm like, I haven't seen this photo in such a long time. Mike, they make you re-download your memories. It's kind of crazy. Because there was a photo that I even forgot about. I was like, holy shit. I think I lost that on a dead hard drive. And now suddenly Facebook recovers it. Like, wow. Okay, stalkers. Fucking stalkers, bro. They know everything about you. That's why I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I put everything public all the time. This is why I, mind you, am transparent and everything goes public. And I post everything. And that's what's something unique about this channel. That I post everything. My recovery when I have, mind you, partially blind. If you watch the video that I post on my community, mind you, you can see my diploma, you see my nice skates, yeah, you see my diploma in the background, you see my certifications. I was flexing hard. In my YouTube fucking studios, I was flexing hard. My memorabilia, my baseball memorabilia. Dude, I still have that baseball stuff. Yeah. But, yeah. Because I was like, oh shit, I gotta send this somewhere. That's why I got that football. Anybody wants to buy that signed football, man, I'm gonna actually hold on to that for another like 10, 20 years. If I can, but I'm not gonna live that long anyway. But just look back in time. And here's the thing that I don't like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how people treat me like I'm stupid. It's what I don't like. People don't think I don't know how to apply for things. Like, really? I keep saying this. Once again, I'm gonna say I used to work for 3 different states doing social services and outreach. You don't think I know? But what you don't know is that each state had a, mind you, corruption of data, misuse, abuse of information. This is why know your rights, and this is why I got so sick of it at fucking Porchlight in Wisconsin. Like a 3rd fucking agency doing this shit. You literally, this, mind you, guys, I had this guy come into the fucking facility. Yo, who is the guy? He came in, it's like, yeah, I'm not wanting to stay in the shelter because I was here like 2 years ago. But you guys are using my name and shit. Because he said when he went to go apply for an apartment, right? Porchlight came up. He said, I never use services from Porchlight. I don't understand what they're doing. Guess what? I go into, mind you, the Wisconsin Alliance database. I had that, mind you, I even have video on this on YouTube. This is why the Wisconsin State and the EOC said save those videos. Because that was evidence that Porchlight was lying to them too. Because I was talking about this. Because how is this person in the system? He has not been, mind you, he had 2 jobs. And mind you, he's a professional chef. He moved back to Madison because he got a job at a restaurant as one of the top lead chefs. And he goes to apply for application for this luxury, a luxury apartment, and then Porchlight pops up. He's like, yo, stop using my name. Mind you, he was still in the system. Saying, mind you, they stated that he was still using services. And so I started to do something myself. I see my own fucking name in the system. And that's when I said, I'm going to resign now. This is the time to do this. Because you guys are just lying. And they had no explanation why my fucking Social Security, mind you, I'm employed by you. I'm employed by you. Yes, I was in your shelter system, but I checked out your shelter system, right? Because, mind you, we came back to Madison, mind you, from New York, right? We went to Madison. Guess what? The delays in Madison. Nothing was ready. So I had to stay in the shelter for a little bit. They knew exactly who I was. That's why they wanted me to work. And I was like, no. I go to the state. And then guess what happened? 6 months later, I ended up working for the city of Madison under the state and doing what everybody did not want to do, work for Porchlight. This is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, even in New York City, doesn't matter where you live, just be careful who gets your information. You have to be certain how you use your information and where you use your information. Always remember who you gave your information to. You got a right to opt out. If they don't opt you out or any services, newsletters, and mind you, you still opt in to receive benefits or updates. So therefore, you literally are signing something without even knowing. Just be careful, ladies and gentlemen. There have been so many people that were like, hey man, why am I seeing your shoulder suits, bro? I've been out of here for like a year. It's just crazy. That happened in Seattle. I was like, I don't know anything about that, sir. And then turns out the woman that was in charge of it was like, I do. And that's why I've been working on the, mind you, she's been working on her own investigation. Mind you, she was higher up in me. She was doing something that like I didn't want to question until when it happened. Oh wow, you got all these tourists actually having Thanksgiving at Court Square Diner. Who wants to buy a broke YouTuber right now? Well, I'm not broke. It's the fact that, like, here's the thing. I got all this money into another account for my operations, my recovery. I can't spend a dime. And even if I wanted to, I still have to wait. Because guess what? I got to pay out for next month. Yeah, the end of next month. And I already told GoFundMe I don't want to pay out. Because I didn't want to pay out at the end of this month because I need to save every fucking dime. Because I know since I get my money on, here's the thing. As soon as I put my money in my hands, I'm going to buy the things I need. I'm going to spend it for the things I need. Like hand warmers. I ran out of hand warmers. And they're not cheap either. But take it with a grain of salt, everybody. But like I said, everyone, I've been doing this for quite some time, expressing and sharing. This channel went from reviewing products to being on a homeless state of mind. Think about that. And nobody can say it. And here's the problem. Everybody is too ashamed to come out and say and express and tell the people what's going on in their life. They're too ashamed to do something like this. This is why I keep telling people, like, there's only a few channels that I see on YouTube, like Jake McCollin. He told his audience, yes, I'm a drug addict, I'm trying to get recovered, please help me. And there were, mind you, he got so much excruciation. And guess what? He cleaned up. Not on drugs, he's a skateboarder. He's cleaned up his act, he got a brand new car, but guess what? He's still living in his car. But guess what? He still has part-time jobs, but guess what? It took him longer. Actually, it took him longer to get on his feet, because he had to prove to his parents, because his parents wasn't talking to him, etc., because he was doing things to himself that he wasn't supposed to. And guess what? He proved to his parents that he was able to step up and rise. They even helped him, mind you, they co-signed his new car. Think about it, they co-signed his new car because they have faith in him now. And I keep telling people this. You really think that getting off the streets is that easy? Fuck, you guys have no idea. All you guys that hate and troll people like me, you have no idea. You have no idea how hard it is to keep your apartment in New York City. And I know the hater Greg that claims that he's from Bedford-Stuyvesant area, I know he knows what I'm talking about. Isn't it, Greg? Fucking hard to keep your bill up to your bills in New York City? You gotta fucking grind so hard to fucking pay that rent. Because you miss one rent, your landlord is kicking you out. This is what I'm saying about this young lady. How was she able to fucking raise up $40,000 of back rent? And mind you, if that was one of us, skin of color, Puerto Rican, Dominican, we'd have been fucking out of the fucking apartment the next week. Not even only that, we probably would have got sued. Because, mind you, you get sued because, guess what? You void the contract or that lease. Now you got to pay the penalty for violating that lease. Or that, mind you, annual lease. See? You didn't think about that, did you? Because most of you never had a luxury home like I have. I had several. I lived in several. When I signed annual leases, I knew the consequences. I looked right at that and I said, oh, so you guys have APR if I can't? Oh, you little sneaky little bastards. You think I didn't want to? You think most people don't want to read their lease? They just sign it. No, I read that shit. They be like, sir, is there a problem? I'm like, no, ma'am, I have a right to read this lease. If they say, excuse me, is there a problem? That means they just want you to sign. They don't want you to fucking literally read it. Because they know once you read it, you're going to have questions. You see that? Be careful who you lease from, too. They should never ask you that question. They should let you read that fucking lease. Because they know you are, because they see you reading it. That. But, right back over the bridge we go. Yep, we're going right back over the bridge. Oh shit, 30% down battery, everybody. Uh-oh. I don't think we're gonna make it. I'm gonna try. If it dies, it dies. Yeah, I got nothing to do, everybody. Just walking from borough to borough. Mind you, I walk a lot. And that is why, maybe why Yuki is telling me to go into the hospital. I can't overdraft, Yuki. It won't let me. Sorry. Yeah, Yuki, it won't let me overdraft. I'll tell you, PayPal is like, no, motherfucker, not this time. We're not waiting for it. No, because PayPal want their money. I tried the Venmo. I can't do the Venmo anymore. Actually, I can never do the Venmo anymore. So I lost my opportunities like last year. I did it so many times. Oh man. Oh. Left turns, ladies. Left turns, people. Yo, those people rating. Here's another thing you gotta know about Long Island City. I have been saying this for a long time. People, Jackson Avenue has left turns. Left turns. Remember that. Left turns. Because someone almost got hit the other day not paying attention when people were actually doing the left turns. It's like, you didn't see that? People, left turns. Jackson Avenue has left turns. I should hop the train, right? Right, Gray? I should be a criminal, right? You think I'm a criminal because I skip out on the fare? That, like I said, that's a class, what, DE misdemeanor? That's now, if you rank up more than like 600, it's supposed to be more than $1,000. That is actually a felony. So keep that in mind. When you rack up more times and they're aware of it, that is a felony. So if you hop in the subway and they catch you multiple times, it turns into a felony. So, but like I said, everyone, what are you having for Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments. But I said that like a while ago, but no one fulfilled that question. So I guess you didn't eat anything, huh? You must have ate some air. How was that air? Tasty, huh? Tastes like air. Oh yeah, you wanna hear some fucking news? This douchebag, J Repairs, got the nerve to contact me through Google and says, oh, we can make it right. Come back to the shop, we can make it right. I'm like, dude, you're on YouTube, you're on Google. Mind you, the Google review is blasting, everyone. It already has 55,000 people watching, viewing, reading that. Because he's tried to scam. And then not only that, I called you 25 minutes prior of me showing back up to your shop. And you make me wait an additional 49 minutes and then another additional 15, 20 minutes for the repair? Nah, man, that's unacceptable. And then you charge me the full price for it. After you said, oh, I give you this price. The first time. Mind you, that's why you took a copy of your receipt, we uploaded your receipt, and everything that you signed. But he didn't want to listen to me when I was telling him about the repair. No, he did not. I said, why would you give me a low budget? I'm asking for a retina display. Oh, I can give you this. I can give you this one. Like, dude, I'm going to have problems with that. I already know that. I'm a techie. just like you. You had some pasta, apple pie, and dessert at my family in Chicago. Okay, nice. I had air. Yeah, I had air. That was tasty. Tastes like air. Ain't nothing like some juicy air. You know, that butter air is like good. Those master air potatoes, very good. That's what I had. All right, guys. I got 30, says 30, what? Oh, my phone is flipping out. It's been doing that all day. All right. I did, but I'm still hungry. And size. There were certain, I didn't like the dressing in that salad. It was not what I was expecting. It threw me off. I was like, huh? But I gave the chicken stuff platter because I was looking for the homeless. I was looking for the other homeless guy that I always see in Best Eye Park all the time. But we went to the other park in that live stream. We didn't see him in the other park. So I ended up just giving it to fucking Columbia. Because I know he'll eat it. Like I said, I know what all the homeless dudes, all the homeless vets are. I know where to find them. People don't want to look for them. And that's why I say outreach services in New York City, you fucking suck. I know what all the veterans are, but you don't. That's why you guys are scumbags. New York City, mind you, I just re-uploaded the video or posted how New York City denied me, mind you, 311. I wasn't even the one that contacted 311. It was the couple. They was like, there's something about you that's off. And I was like, yeah, they wanted to help me. And they tried to, and they couldn't even believe what the fuck the city did. And guess what? Like, I think they moved out after that. Because they was like, this city's getting bad. This is bad. Why they won't help you? Because they said I look too nice. And I can go seek services myself. It's like, but you don't have any shoes. I'm like, exactly. Fucking, that's how they treat people in New York City. Fucking homeless outreach bullshit. And mind you, half those people went to go. Listen, I shouldn't be saying this because now I'm being biased when I say community college asses, right? But when they go to a community college, did they learn anything about social services? Because how they talk to homeless individuals, hey man, do you need a sandwich? No. Hey, you're supposed to go to like, hey man, I'm Keith, what's your name? They're like, Justin. Said, hey, can I sit down and talk with you for a second? I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm not trying to give you your services unless you want services, all right? I know how being out here, and I know some of you folks don't want to trust people like us because we understand that our system that I'm working for can be misleading. But listen, I'm here to help. What do you need right now? I know how to do this better than they do. I don't try to push services. I try to let them know, like, listen, if you need me, I can get you. I got you. When I said I got you, that means the services. I can get the services, but you got to give me something in return. I want to see you every day. I want to see your progress. I want to know what you're doing. How do you get your food? When do you get your food? Talk to me. Here's my phone. Here's my number. If you ever know how to use, and half these men and women still don't know how to use a goddamn computer as of today. I'm serious. I'm serious. The old man doesn't know how to use a computer, but he has a cell phone, but he even says himself, I don't know how to do this cell phone Google shit. I just do the simplest things on my phone. And mind you, no one sits down with these men and women and teach them how to use their cell phones or a computer. Yes, there's services, but guess what? guess what happens with those services? It's always the people that are housed, that are about to be unhoused, that go for these services. They wait the last minute to do all this stuff. And that's half the statistics. The other half are people that have homes but don't want to learn a free computer skill, which is their human right to. Then you got people that's just going to the programs because they gotta, mind you, they have to, in order for them to keep receiving their SNAP benefits, they gotta go to certain programs. They have to show up to see their social worker. So, and really, they don't really want to do it. This is why I emphasize something on my log video about that homeless shelter hotel. You got all those folks in that hotel committing crimes. This is why I don't like the homeless shelter system in New York City. This is why I don't like it. But the cops are always called to the homeless shelter, as you saw in my video. But not only that, your rights are violated. Because in Portland, you don't get cavity searched. Some places do bag checks, but mind you, you get worn down like you're going through the fucking TSA airport. Yes, you get body cam search, all that, like you're going through the airport. I understand a concern for safety, but not everyone's a fucking criminal when they are houseless. And that is the wrong message that this city and every other city is sending. Homelessness is our problem. No. You know what the problem was? Violence. Since man was created, we only knew one thing in particular: violence. That is the problem. Homelessness is not the fucking problem, because homelessness was created in order to have everything under control. Think about during ancient times. People had, mind you, there were homelessness. There were poor people begging, peasants begging for pesos or rubies. Mind you, rubies was a currency and other things back then. That was a currency. Now we got euros, we got the US dollar, we got yen, mind you, we got all these other now new bills and new symbols of bills for each country. It's not divided provinces anymore and different. Gotta know, oh man, times have changed because control. Believe me, but no one wants to listen to me when I talk about it. So with that said, if you guys want to support the channel, let me just do a U-turn, because I want, and then walk around up this block, and then go over the bridge. Because I'm going to end the video in about 10 minutes anyway. I got like 20% battery left. But, see, Jay Repair, see? Look, somebody ripped out his phone number. Yeah, look, someone ripped off 15-minute repair. Because it's bullshit. He's lying. He's literally lying. It's not a 15-minute repair. He made me wait over an hour for the second repair on purpose by telling me he didn't have the screen at the shop. Then I said, what was the point of me calling you 20, mind you, at the time when I asked him, and within the 20 minutes of the repair that he was doing, right? I said, what's the point of me coming to the shop knowing that you didn't have the screen here? You just waste the customer's time, but you still want to charge me. That screen should have been free. That's the point, ladies and gentlemen. But you see how people are mad? Yeah, you got some nasty reviews, bro. Because you're not being really transparent about your business, Jay. No, this is not defamation, Jay. You have some colleagues that literally did not listen to the customer's advice. If another customer says, I'm attacking, I just need this repair, ASAP. I need a retina display. You're gonna try to sell me your bullshit display. That's what he was doing, so he could get money, profit off that. You could get more profit off the retina display, but it wasn't your retina display, was it? You had to get it from another shop. That's why it should have been free. You made me wait. But I digress, everyone. Alright, we got 15% battery. Oh shit. But like I said, everyone, I need your help too, you know. Actually, you know what I was craving for too? You know what I was craving for too? I was like, ooh, I haven't had that since I was in Korea. Ooh. One of those soju drinks. What the hell? I forgot. Oh, I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier today. I was like, ooh, I didn't have one of those in a while. It just, mind you, my brain just triggered. Like, ooh. Like, it reminded me of something Korean. I was like, oh, yeah. It's sweet. It's alcoholish, but it's sweet. But it's very fragrant. It's like a mixture drink. If you're Korean, I think you know what I'm talking about. Please let me know in the comments. I think most Korean knows what I'm talking about. Because any American like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. The Szechuan restaurant. This one got a Michelin star from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Hello. Wait. Yeah, 5 Michelins. But now, Michelins don't mean shit anymore, to tell you the truth. To be honest, because now anyone can get a Michelin. But they do have a different type of Michelin Gold stamp now for high-tier restaurants. Yeah, there's a new thing going on. Here goes. So, I don't understand how drug dealers and the drunks hang out there during the day, right in front of the precinct. I just don't get it every time I come to the 108. But we're gonna make a U-turn. I'm just walking around because I have nothing to do, and when I get to Brooklyn, I'm gonna be, you know, let me be honest with you. These type of holidays make me feel depressed because I don't have anyone to celebrate with. And if I did, like I said earlier, I celebrated with E the last time in 2019. We did 2019. That was the last time. But we didn't have turkey. We had Asian Thanksgiving. We had the fucking bomb ass spring rolls. We had maybe 20 of those because, me used to have these eating contests. Who can eat the most spicy peppers and who can eat the most? Yeah, that short little girl can eat like. You ever heard of the YouTuber Raina? She's Hmong too. But if you are a fan of Raina is a YouTuber. She eats like she eats like 2 men. Okay? Yeah, she eats like 2 men. So keep that in mind. Yeah, Eve is like her, man. And where's that food going? You bottomless pit. It's like she had a black hole in her stomach. She was cheating. She wouldn't tell us. I was like, yo, please let me know the truth. Do you have a black hole in your stomach? Because there's no way you can eat all this you eat and still be hungry for soda and a snack. And that's what blew my mind. We be finished having these eating contests, and she would still be eating. And where's dessert? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You asking for dessert? Yo, you're amazing, but you're scary. It just did not make sense. She was small. E was listen, I'm 173 centimeters tall, right? E was 142 centimeters tall. She was short Asian girl, right? And that stomach is small. Where is that food going? It still freaks me out to this day, bro. It does. It just surprised me that little woman can eat. She can eat. Look, I got a picture of it too. Look, she can eat. She can fucking eat. She embarrassed me, and I'm black. And and black people are supposed to be, apparently, we can eat the most. We love fried chicken. Not every fucking black person loves fried chicken. It's a stereotype, but E, she's just a tiny little girl, little woman, and she just bottomlessly just sabotage dishes. This is why I was like, yo, we gotta make a YouTube video. I wanted to, but like, you know, life happened, everyone. Yeah. Life took a turn for the worse, you know. And here's another fact that I said yesterday. And people keep trying to bring about a story that you heard from Wisconsin, but guess what? You people don't know the updates because you don't want to focus on the updates. You don't want to share the update, so I had to share the update. E has never been convicted of that. And she never was. Because they already found out who did. And like I said, that husband of hers, he's a sneaky little one. He's a sneaky bastard. So, before you start jumping the gun, why do you think E was able to live with me? Under my supervision? Why do you think she was able to stay with me? Why do you think I was able to travel and support E? Even when we wasn't, mind you, E and I wasn't together, I would come back to Wisconsin, come see her. Because, you know, it was a long distance relationship. And I know E wasn't seeing other people. And I definitely was seeing other people. But hanging out most of the time. And any of these ladies that I hanged out with. Let me see if I have any photos. Ask any of these ladies that I hanged out with. They would tell you, oh, Panda didn't try to push on them sex. He was just being goofy, being silly, trying to like eavesdrop on a Korean conversation or a Japanese conversation out of nowhere. Boom. Like, I say some smart ass shit, and they're like, look, everyone just looks at me like, I'm like, what? That's what I do. I fucking do weird and awkward, funny moments, and just have people like, yeah, Panda, you just, yeah. I never tried to push or try to push anything on any woman at all. But, you know, that's why I'm still able to talk to these same women. Look, the good times, man. The good times. Yes, I used to wear a lot of fedoras. A lot of, guys, I had over like 36 different types of fedoras. If they didn't have one in black and white, I got one in gray, black and white. If it didn't have black and white, even I had one in white, black and white, white with black stripe with a pink ribbon for Cancer Day. Yeah, I even have one of those. So, all right, I'm down to 10%, everyone. I'm gonna end the video. But let me just cross this bridge. I gotta walk. Yep, spending my Thanksgiving walking around. But thank you for listening. You guys want to support? You guys want to give me a late night snack? We just saw a few stores open. I could use a Gatorade too. Or an energy drink. I feel like I need one right now after walking this bridge. Damn. But with that said, see ya, guys.